December, I don't my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm here to read on because it is my curiosity and hope many curiosity of the fans out there. Because I may be a week late, however, I just wanted to see how this would play out. Because, of course, Hailey Bieber and just not Justin Bieber, but Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez allegedly had a feud. Now we know that this been this like ongoing feud since Selena and Hailey, since Selena Gomez broke off Justin Bieber and then Justin Bieber started dating Hailey Bieber, and since then it just been the love triangle that the fans just refuse to let go of. Even though they are both happily married in new relationships, yet it seems like, that being said, you would think that they're both happy and happily married. So why are we beefing and feuding with each other on the internet? Well, apparently, I tried finding the interview. I'm not sure if WSJ Magazine took down this interview or if it's just buried amongst other interviews over there, but I was trying to find it on TikTok so I could play for you guys, but I will just have to read for you what Hailey Bieber had said that sparked this. And I have to say, it was some subtle shade. So Hailey Bieber was asked in the interview about her brands and how it feels about comparing Rhode to other brands. And this is what Hailey had to say. Sorry. My cat's out there stalking a bird. I think there's room for everyone. I don't feel competitive with people who don't inspire me. And we know Selena Gomez has Rare Beauty out there, and they're both skin line and care lines. So she's uninspired by Rare Beauty, apparently. And then she continues to say, it's always annoying to be compared to other people. I know that's right. I've never asked for that. When people want to see you in a certain way and have already created a story about you in their heads, it's not up to you to change that. Well, she's definitely on the high horse of trying to maintain a more of a better sense of herself and not allowing everybody else's opinions, words, and the general public audience basically to bully her, make her feel a certain type of way. So she's gained some sanity within herself. However, she has spoken out about this, saying that this wasn't about Hailey Bieber. It wasn't about Selena Gomez whatsoever. So because of that, and Selena Gomez had even made a slight remark, which I thought was interesting. But it just shows you how both girls are trying to take this as a highway, both Selena and Hailey, because Hailey said it the first time. She's tired of being compared to people, and she's trying to change people's minds about who they think she is. She's like, if you already believe who you think I am, then you're just going to believe that. I'm not going to try to change it. I'm just going to continue living my life because you're just going to build this narrative. So because of that, that's Hailey's sentiment. And then on Selena Gomez's side, Selena said, just leave the girl alone. Okay, defending Hailey. She can say whatever she wants, doesn't affect my life whatsoever. It's just about relevance and intelligence. Ooh, that rhymed, Selena. Okay. Be kind. Also, who's relevant and who's intelligent? And why does it have to be about relevance and intelligence when we're talking about selling brands? Do you have to have a knack and an intelligent mind in order to be an entrepreneur? Like, what are you trying to get at here, Selena Gomez? I'm just saying. I'm looking at it from both points of perspectives. Are we throwing subtle digs at each other or not? She continues to say, be kind. All brands inspire me. Now, she just put it right out there. She's like, unlike my fellow coworker out there, all brands inspire me. I'm sorry, my brand doesn't inspire you. Kill them with kindness. That's the vibe Selena gave. Okay. She said, there is room for everyone, and hopefully we can all stop. Now, both girls feel exactly that way. Can we just please stop and put an end to Hailey versus Selena, all because of Justin? So that's why I am here today to pull some cards on, is there really a beef? Like, is there some problem that Selena and Hailey Bieber have with each other? And it's not just us audience just fueling our imaginative, creative minds just taking us where it wants to take us. Like, are our eyes deceiving us, or do they really have some beef with each other? Because for a short while, for a good while, I really thought there was no beef between them. But then when Hailey said that on brands don't inspire me, and she doesn't feel competitive or worried or sweating about them, I was kind of like, okay, okay. But I'm just like, who knows? Who knows? And then when Selena had to come out, I was like, no, Selena. I'm like, Selena didn't have to reply. I'm just like, if Selena replied, that felt like she must have felt like it was a subtle dig towards her. So I'm just like, it can't be in my mind now at this point that there's some beef between Hailey and Selena. So I'm here to pull some cards to finally find out for myself, is there a true beef? And this is not fan imaginative. That's what I want to know. Okay. Well, the first card that happened to pop out is the Two of Cups. But let's see what's surrounding this Two of Cups, because there could be a sense of unity. But is this a good sense of union, or is this a bad sense of union? Is this like a competitive type of union where they're trying to compete with whose love is stronger? You know how it is when you try to compete with your enemy, try to one up them on every level. It takes time, energy, and dedication to really have a strong disdain like for somebody. So because of that, that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom to. Is it like that movie We Got Beef, where just everything, no matter what, is a beef, beef, beef because I just don't like you? So that's what I'm here to find out. So let's see what's at their foundation of this Two of Cups. Well, the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Wands. That's interesting. And then in their past, they have the Devil. This is getting interesting by the card. Let's see what's above their head. The Four of Swords. Okay, a sword popped out eventually, and let's see for their future. Let their future be good, please. The Sun. Okay, I like that. I do. Now, the way I see it here is, in the past between Hailey and Selena, there could have been some deceptive type of energy. I'm not trying to dive too deep into the past, so I'm just going to keep it with like the last year or so. So with that being said, between Hailey and Selena, they definitely still have some residual energy that they just aren't like really vibing or feeling for each other. Maybe it could stem back from there, but it just seems like even till this day, there just have been things that have been piling up on top of each other, little petty things, honestly, that are just piling up, where they just felt as though they had to continue taking dabs at each other. Like they say, the devil got the upper hand of the situation, and they got petty, and they could have been trying to spite each other through all of the sense. But it seems like now they came to a kind of a truce, I'm ready to put down the swords. Literally, I'm ready to put down the swords if you're ready to put down the swords. Just like the Seven of Wands symbolizes setting a boundary, saying this is my bubble, my space, my world. That's your bubble, your space, your world. We're not going to collide with each other, but we can agree to coexist in the same universe together. Can we at least say that? And they came to the truths on that. They're just like, okay, we could put down the swords. We could stop being nasty and saying tit for tat with each other. If fans want to read into that, they can read into that. But they have established something within themselves. Maybe they've had a conversation in the past, because honestly, I could have sworn Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber had squashed their beef when we saw them take a photo together a few years ago. So the fact that this has stirred up, I was just like, are we serious? That's why I had to come and find out for myself, because I'm just like, you can't tell me that that was like phony and that they wanted to pose for the camera, or maybe that they fell out since then. And it's like, well, why did they fall out now? Like, what could it be that they're living so separate lives? I don't even think they coexist in the same space. Hailey Bieber is an entrepreneur. They're both entrepreneurs, so they will coexist in the same makeup, like skincare industry. But Selena Gomez is a singer, and Hailey Bieber's like I'm not sure if she still models, but so they're just in two different lifestyles. So because of that, they only really cross over when it comes to Rare Beauty and Rhode. So outside of that, it seems like, what would there be any reason for them to not get along at this present moment? And because of that, it just seems as though maybe they were on a down period or like an up period. I think it's better as an up period if you want to look at it that way. That it's just a period where they just don't have any problems with each other. It's all squeaky clean, Hailey Bieber, definitely Hailey Bieber, I could probably say from her experience that she's talked about how much she has changed as a mother. Now that she's a mother, I could feel as though she's trying to change every aspect in her life. And let me be a good role model. Let me learn to get along with people I don't like, because I'm going to have to teach that to like my child. So it's like all that rearranging and thinking and changing of attitude. She probably had to come back to Selena and be like, you know what, Selena, whatever we had in the past, let's just put that behind us. They could have had that conversation way back in the past, but it just seems like it's that solidified strongness that whatever this devilish negative energy that tries to come up against them, they've understood that I'll say like sworn in a sense that they are on good terms and that they're going to continue to move forward on good terms. So that's why Selena could have came to Hailey Bieber's defense by saying, leave the girl alone. And can we all please stop this? So she came out there and defended her friend, while still putting some subtle slides in there. But ultimately, the first sentence and the overall sentiment was positive. 2 of Cups. And it's all about how people choose to want to look into the situation. But with the 7 of Wands, Hailey and Selena have carved out a sort of energy of how they're choosing to interact with each other, if they do. I think I'll show a picture right here where it shows that Hailey Bieber is following Selena Gomez. And you know how important follows is on social media. So for the fact that they're willing to follow each other symbolizes that there is a coming together and I'm not jealous of you. You could pop up on my timeline and I will still like your posts and things like that. So there's a sense of girlhood and coming together and camaraderie. And that's exactly what I see here. All that positive thinking and talking. We have the sun in their future where it's just only going to go up from here. It's going to get brighter from here. Whatever this negative energy was that they were coming from, they have evolved from it and thankfully are moving past it. They have boundaries. They could have discussed boundaries, all those important things that are really important to talk about with people in just your day-to-day life. So that way you understand where you stand with somebody or where you don't stand with somebody. And therefore you can determine if or not you're going to walk with them in this life. So because of that, all those important conversations, I feel as though Hailey and Selena has had. And for whatever they have came to some agreement on, they have agreed that whatever was behind them is behind them. And it's only going to be moving forward with positive energy towards each other. So let's pick 4 cards. Let's pick 3 cards, just 3. As an outcome for Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez when it comes to their friendship. I'll say their friendship. Let's put a term to it. How was Hailey a lot of cards. How was Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez's friendship? Gonna shuffle one more time and then call it quits. A spiritual beast of burden. Fire and creativity. Hot. Eeks. Well, first off, everything here is hot and fiery, just like the sun, just like it foretells their future that they're going to be heading towards. So whatever it seems like is working out with Hailey Bieber in their friendship, the hot, I'm going to take it, is hot that this is their moment in time and season to finally like align and have this sort of conversation and get rid of this spiritual beast of burden where I'm tired of all the hating. Let's hang up the coats, put it on the rack. There's just certain things you just got to stop doing and things that we just grow out of and that we mature and become better and wiser at. So because of that, we can put differences aside that we wouldn't have before. So because of all of that, that's what it comes to when you have to deal with a spiritual beast of burden, something that weighs on you heavily, that it transcends the physical, the mental, and the emotional. It's something that drains on your spirit, just drains on your energy, where you just feel like you wake up day in, day out with it, where you just feel as though it's just constantly on your mind. You're thinking about it, you're marinating on it, you're plotting and thinking, just executing all this in your mind. You're just like, yeah, when this moment happens in my reality, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be prepared for it. That's a whole lot of energy that consumes all your brain time and thinking power. So therefore, other things in your life start going to the wayside because you're so focused on this thing, and you don't even think you're focused on it because you're so busy dealing with everything else on your day-to-day life that you're just like, my brain doesn't have time to think about you, but all you're doing is thinking about them while doing your day-to-day business. So because of that, it takes that fire, that creative energy to move, to transform that energy, to transition from that phase of, okay, I now have to recognize and do something about it and be proactive. And being proactive could be confronting it. It could be fiery, hot, could be something uncomfortable, and it's going to make you sweat and feel nervous, but all at the same time, it's something that you need to go through and have those sorts of conversations. So it seems like whatever it is with Hailey and Selena, it's still a bit touchy for them, but at least on their foundation, they understand that they have a sort of love for each other. But maybe if they need to pick up the pettiness, they will need to pick it up, but all at the same time, they know how they feel behind closed doors. So however it translates to the media and how we choose to depict it and twist it and make it zululu, it's the way the audience is going to see it. And only Selena and Hailey understand where they truly stand with each other, and they choose to stand with a sort of I choose not to fight anymore in this battle, and I'm ready to move forward with it. And even though it might be still sensitive, it's still a fresh wound, maybe even, but in time it will heal and the temperature can settle down, because it's not always going to be hot. It eventually has to cool down. So right now it's a bit hot, but that's just all about the time, phase, and energy that we're in. A whole lot of things is getting done up, stirred up. We're all feeling it. So whether you feel it now, today, tomorrow, few months, few weeks, I'm sure within the next 5 years, at some point, we're all going to have to feel this sort of kind of energy, whether that's in our love life, whether that's with our friends, whether that's with our job, whether that's with your career. Just everything just needs to be shaken up and moved about, because we're all apparently in places where we're not supposed to be, or we're just being stuck in an energy that's keeping us from moving forward. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this energy reading on both of them. And it seems as though they are taking a high route and Just as I always say, the road to recovery always has its ups and downs, but it seems like it's on the up where they're on a good positive note with each other. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I sure did. I got my answers. I definitely feel as though that there is a healing energy coming to Selena and Hailey Bieber. But whatever this little hiccup was in the matrix, or the maybe it could have stirred up something a little bit inside of themselves, but ultimately, as I said before, and I'll say it again, they know how they feel about each other. So it only matters how they act behind closed doors rather than how they act to the media, because that's all a facade anyway. So with that being said, please subscribe if you have subscribed already. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I sure did. Please give this video a thumbs up and share this with anybody that's into Hailey Bieber, Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, Benny Blanco, even though I didn't mention Benny, but he's attached to Selena. And I think I mentioned everybody that is related to this reading. If you know anybody that likes this reading, please send this video to them. Anybody that's into news with tarot, also share this with them as well. And I will see you, sunflowers, in the next one. Leave your comments down below. Tell me, were you curious if Selena and Hailey really has some beef between them, just as much as I was curious? And if you were, did you get your answers? If you wasn't, did you get some answers you wasn't expecting? So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this. Leave those comments down below, and I'll see you, sunflowers, in the next one. Sunflowers.